Come join Rosie and me as we travel on Independence of the Seas, January 18th through the 27th, 2013. Our 8-night cruise included 3 sea days and ports of call in St. Kitts, St. Martin, Puerto Rico, and Labadee. Friday, January 18th, we flew from Milwaukee to Fort Lauderdale via Southwest Airlines, where bags fly for free. We stayed at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina, near Port Everglades. Friday afternoon, we watched from our balcony as ships left Port Everglades. Shortly before 6 o'clock, we walked from our hotel to the Bimini Boatyard to meet a group of cruise Critic members for a pre-sail dinner with drinks. Saturday, January 19th, it was cloudy and misty, but it was cruise day. When we arrived at the port, we met our friends Lou and Don and Mickey and Minnie. We waited in line and boarded the ship at about 11 o'clock. Independence of the Seas, a marvel of maritime engineering, is packed with phenomenal onboard experiences, including a rock climbing wall, flow rider, a surf simulator, an ice skating rink, 2 specialty restaurants, and a 3-story dining room. The ship also features magnificent swimming pools and a miniature golf course. After we boarded the ship, we met a group of cruise friends that we have cruised with in the past, the Maniacs. Our cabin, number 1406, was a large junior suite in the aft of the ship. The best feature of our junior suite was the extra-large balcony, which provided marvelous views from the back of the ship. We had lunch in the Windjammer Cafe, and then went to the Sky Bar for a pre-cruise get-together with many of our Cruise Critic friends. At 4:45, it was time for the compulsory lifeboat drill. Mickey and Minnie invited us to join them on their balcony for the 5:30 sail away. They had with them a banner from the Port Everglades webcam, and we were going to be featured during the sail away. During the sail away, I was able to grab a couple of photos from the webcam via my iPhone. There we are! At 8 o'clock, Rosie and I joined our Maniac friends in Chops for dinner. The food was marvelous. Good morning! Sunday, January 20th. A sunny day with a high of 82. At 10:30, we had a meeting of all the Cruise Critic members called a Meet and Mingle. That was followed by a Yankee Swap gift exchange that I had coordinated. Rosie and I spent the afternoon of our first day at sea on our balcony. Sunday night was formal night, so Rosie and I took the opportunity to have some photos taken. We then went to dinner at Chops. We had a towel animal waiting for us when we arrived at the cabin after dinner. Good morning, January 21st, another sea day, and we were busy. At 10:30 a.m., we started our day with a bridge tour for invited guests only. The bridge is an area from which the ship can be commanded. When the ship is underway, a group of officers will be present. During more critical maneuvers, the captain will be present. This is one of 3 redundant control consoles on the bridge. A view along the length of the ship from one of the wings of the bridge. The bridge is equipped with the latest technology for security. At 1:30, we had a cabin crawl with crew's Critic members. During a cabin crawl, different categories of cabins are seen by the participants. Our crew's Critic cabin crawl group. An inside cabin with a window facing the ship's promenade. The view from a standard cabin with a balcony. The last cabin on our crawl, a standard ocean view, no balcony. At 2:30, we had a slot pull which I had arranged. With 42 participants, we each lost $8. Later in the afternoon, some of our Maniac group got together for mini golf, and then we went and watched the fun and excitement of the Flow Rider. Later, we watched 2 people make it to the top of the rock climbing wall. Sunsets at sea can be magnificent, and this one disappointed no one. At 7:30, Rosie and I had dinner at Portofino. We both had the seafood skewer, lobster, shrimp, scallops, and salmon. It was yummy. Good morning. Tuesday, January 22nd. We're preparing to dock in St. Kitts. Our group of maniacs, plus some others, purchased day passes from the Marriott Resort. We took a bus for the short ride over. The resort has 320 rooms and 73 suites, along with 3 pools and ocean access. To get ready for our grueling day of relaxing by the pool, we started our day with morning exercises. After the morning exercise class, it was time for some relaxation in one of the 3 beautiful pools. Rehydrating while relaxing is very important. Someplace between the relaxing and rehydrating, a volleyball game broke out. Our pool party at the Marriott on St. Kitts was a blast. We all had a spectacular time. Rosie and I spent the later part of the afternoon on our balcony and watched as the Adventurer of the Seas left the port of St. Kitts. In the evening, our Maniac group met for drinks in the concierge lounge. We then went to the 7 o'clock performance of the ice show. The ice show is spectacular and entertaining. I highly recommend it. Retiring to our cabin for the night, we found a rabbit towel animal. Good morning, Wednesday, January 23rd. We're docking at St. Martin. There are some passing showers while we dock, but it's supposed to clear up for our maniac beach break. We've been to St. Martin many times before, so we took the water taxi to our favorite place, the Holland Hotel, where we rented the beach package, 2 chairs, an umbrella, and a bucket of beer. Rosie and I had friends arriving on the Silhouette, and we arranged to meet them on the beach. Look, there are Paul and Dawn. After some conversation and drinks, it was time to get in the water. The maniac signature pose, arms in the air. Fun was had by all. At about noon, Dawn, Paul, Rosie, and I stopped for lunch, while Bob stopped for a nap. The beach fun continued into the afternoon until it was time to head back to the ship for sail away. Goodbye, St. Martin, and Dawn and Paul. We had a blast. Good morning, 7 a.m., Thursday, January 24th. We just docked in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and here comes a Carnival cruise ship. Rosie and I had a late breakfast at a table next to Lou and Don. Rosie and I have been to San Juan many times, so we walked on the ship. As we walked past the solarium, we saw some of our maniac group. Here are some other views of old San Juan, taken from the ship. We finished our walk in the Flowrider area, and then played some miniature golf. When we were done, we went back to our aft balcony, and some wine, and watched the world go by. After a very short stay, at 2 o'clock, it was time for sail away. The views are always breathtaking sailing out of old San Juan. Thursday evening, our maniac group met in the concierge lounge for drinks. Most of us clean up well. Our group of 12 maniacs had dinner in Portofino. No comment. A swan towel animal. A perfect way to end the day. Good morning, Friday, January 25th. We're on our way to our next port, Lobedy. There it is, Lobedy, and the explorer of the seas is already there. When we got off the ship, we made our way to town square. 16 of us had rented 3 over-the-water cabanas. There they are. If you want to relax in a more upscale setting overlooking Nell's Beach, then the seaside cabanas are what you've been looking for. Each cabana rental includes floating mats, and our maniac group put the mats to good use. I used my underwater camera and floating mat to take a photo of the ships. There were maniacs everywhere enjoying the water and the floating mats. All this floating excitement is enough to make someone hungry. Included with the cabana rental is admission to the upscale lunch buffet. After lunch, I checked out the Dragon's Breath zip line, the longest zip line over water in the world. Back at the cabana, I had to enjoy some of the beautiful sights on Labadee. According to my study, all this relaxation and floating on mats tends to make people tired. At about 3:30, Explorer of the Seas backed away from the pier. It was time for us to head back to our ship as we would leave port in an hour. All of us had a fabulous time on Labadee. Renting a cabana is the way to go. One last look at Labadee as we left port. Friday night, Rosie and I had dinner in Chops. Good morning. Saturday, January 26th, a sea day. After a late breakfast, Rosie and I walked the ship and then came back to our balcony to relax. A lighthouse out in the middle of nowhere. After lunch, there was a carving demonstration in the Windjammer, and then Rosie and I went for a walk. At 4:30, Rosie and I were invited to a behind-the-scenes galley tour.
All the produce, as I said, gets sanitized downstairs. So we buy in the vegetables directly from the suppliers and get directly from the farms.
At 6:30, the maniacs met in the concierge lounge for drinks. At 7:30, Rosie and I had dinner in Chops. 5:30 a.m., Sunday, January 27th. It's here, the end of the cruise. Rosie and I left the ship at 7:15 a.m. We were through security at the airport by 8. We landed in snowy Milwaukee at 3 o'clock p.m. But we had memories to last a lifetime.